And it's a little bit different tonight, but tonight's a very exciting night. We have Cowboy Aaron's birthday. It's a super exciting another CNFT live stream Tuesday, baby. So let's see how this chat's going in here. Hopefully it's not glitched like it was last week. I know it's a little bit more damp at the beginning because I don't got the music like Aaron does, but we still bring the energy anyways, baby. We're super excited. Oh no, it's still glitched. Oh, there it goes. Yes, sir, Al. What's going on, Al? Big ups to you, bro. First one on the live stream. And so without further ado, let's get these guests rolling. It's no surprise that the top cowboy has arrived. Bridging worlds to truly thrive. CNFT Tuesday would not be alive without his drive. It's the owner of Cowboys of Crypto and the birthday boy himself, Mr. Cowboy Aaron.
What's going on, guys? This is a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to make it on, and so I had to get on for sure. And Ethan, Crypto Warden, thanks for having me on this.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday. Thanks for hosting. This is nice.
I
feel relaxed. Yeah. Usually I'm stressed out, but now relaxed, guys.
Hey, I definitely got to get one of those music things for sure, because I mean, it was a little dead right at the beginning.
Big ups to Al, big ups to Shiny, big ups to True City West.
What's going on, guys?
I'm not gonna hold up Ethan. I'm gonna let Ethan run the show tonight. So Ethan,
hey, you're all good. It's another super exciting week, guys. We always got the new news going on. Always new stuff moving around in the CNFT community. But let's bring on our nice little second guest here. Excited for Mallards and Yummy. He's truly sunny. He knows what he's doing. He isn't a dummy. Don't take it from me. Just wait till you see. Co-host of the Freedom 35 podcast. It's TOMMY. What's going on, Tommy?
Yo. What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Fantastic, brother. It's another great day. It's the best day of the week just for that exact reason.
Oh, I'd argue with you. Mondays might be a good day week, but I think CNF Tuesdays also are another night that I look forward to, man. I'm sad I missed out on the past 2 weeks, but happy to be on tonight, guys. Aaron, you said birthday stream, dude? Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It's my birthday today. Feel good. I never would have thought, I'll tell you what, I never would have thought at 34 I'd be like streaming with two dudes talking about NFTs. I just never, it doesn't even it doesn't mentally register. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny.
It's a weird world we live in, man. You got so you're 34, man. I'll be 34 here in the next 2 months. So literally 2 months on a day. So you're 1 year away from Freedom 35 over there, man.
Oh man, I need to get it going.
Going here all year long.
You got some ziff and flips that you need to make in the next year.
I know. I'm 1 year away, but I'm like $2 million away from Freedom 35.
Hey, we once that that bull market hits again, man, you're in a good position.
Yeah. Hey, true that. So, gentlemen, I know it's a super exciting week, and I know on the Freedom 35 podcast, you guys have been talking about it the past couple of weeks. So, tell me what's going on, gentlemen. What's going on in this upcoming week?
I just saw this thing. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Space Buds just released this Twitter. I saw that Tommy, you just liked my thing. I guess I'd like to pull it up because it's really the biggest thing that I guess no. Let's see if I could pull this up on the I don't know how to deal with my own live stream, guys. I'm still learning here. So
hitting the share screen over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a nice little share screen button. There it is. All right, here we
go. So if you see here, they're saying we performed this extensive investigation and received international legal counsel. After thoughtful consideration and ample discussions, we've decided to proceed with the migration path to a new Space Buds collection. And they just go into bridging and how it's a two-way, but it's really one-way and all that kind of stuff. They go into liabilities and all that kind of stuff. If you guys don't know what Space Buds is, it used to be or is, or depending on who you talk to, it's the #1 blue chip collection on NFTs. It's what I used to aspire to. Not no more.
Not anymore, yeah.
Not no more.
But I wanted really your guys' feedback. I'm the student here. I know Tommy spends ample hours researching. I know Crypto Wardens. I see him at work spend ample hours researching. So I'm really asking the question between the two experts here, and anyone in the house in the chat. What do you got? What do you think? This is fresh news, so I'm not sure if Tom, you had time to think about it, discuss it. This was 5 hours old, so
I'm catching up on that, and I'd love to give you my thoughts, but at first I'd rather kind of pat off to more the newcomer into the space, who's the young Padawan over here, Crypto Warden. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I really think Aaron hit it straight on the head, kind of just with the opinions varying by who you talk to and who the different people are, especially with newcomers into the space, veterans in the space. But I mean, just for me personally, it's a real tough thing to see, especially as a newcomer coming into the space, because it really is going to detract. I mean, that's personally my opinion. It'll detract certain people from wanting to come into the space, because I mean, you have this top project like the king on Cardano, kind of just take this hit for kind of copying art. And so that's a big problem. And I mean, you've seen the reaction in the floor. I mean, how the floor has just dropped drastically in the past couple of weeks alone.
Okay, so your initial thoughts on it is like it's complete. It kind of harnesses the reputation that they've had or kind of built inside this space.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of what I'm getting out of that. Okay. So I mean, for me, at Space Buds, I got into Cardano NFTs back in August of last year. So I'm coming up on actually my year right now, within the next couple of weeks, which is crazy to think about. And at the time, when I knew nothing about Cardano NFTs, I knew Space Buds were special back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of was one of the ones I was chasing. But even when I started out, I had 1,200 ADA sitting in my wallet, and that's all I had to spend. So I couldn't fathom the thought of spending 600 plus ADA on a Space Bud at that time. So as time grew on and I kind of flipped up, I cut a little bit on my journey. I decided to pull a trigger on a different project, and didn't go with the Space Bud. And of course, missed my opportunity. They rose to like a 2,000 plus floor and always kind of were out of my sight. Always something to aspire to, like you guys were saying, Aaron. Never pulled the trigger though. So when this news and everything dropped, it kind of hit me in the like, right now, because currently I've been doing pretty good on some of these zip and flips, just throwing some ADA around, flipping it back around, and I do have the ADA right now to purchase a Space Bud if I want to. I could grab one a little higher than the floor too, and I'm not pulling the trigger right now. I'm holding off. I got other things that are on my mind, and it's not to say that Space Buds are bad or anything along those lines. I actually think that it's good that they're doing the token migration system, because otherwise that legacy will continue to haunt, kind of hold them back a little bit, because there could always be a legal ramification down the line. So doing what they're doing is the only way I can really see them moving forward. And the way that they're going to do this, I know Alessandro, the creator of Space Buds, he's got a way, as far as the developer side, like you said, to migrate between the two, version 1, version 2, and keep the integrity of the actual historical factor of Space Buds. So I think long term they're going to be okay. Short term though, I'm not picking it up just because I'm waiting to see where we're at. But I don't think long term this will kill the project at all.
I think I can't speak from a long term perspective, but just looking at the fact that it is no utility, the only value of it is based on that it's an OG project. Shiny brings up a similar point to you, saying how like you can't take it away, years to come. Stolen Arc, it's only temporary. I think it's the worst thing that could happen to a project like this. I think that it's only based on the art, which is a little bit goofy and stolen, and there's zero utility to it.
I'd have to argue the counterpoint to that, Aaron, real quick, is not the art. Okay. I don't think the counterpoint I would say to that is that, for me, at least, the overall sentiment I get with the CNFT community and being here is that Space Buds were never about the art. They were always about the technology, the historical factor, what Alessandro has done, and their creator. The value is tied directly to Alessandro, I feel like, and how innovative he is in this space. He's literally created Nami Wallet. He's done so much more as far as open source code, and things that he's working on right now that are really push this project forward. I think the art was just kind of the after effect of it, and I know people get attached to it. I'm not saying that's not a factor at all, but I think that outweighs heavily more so the art, I'd say, in my opinion.
If Picasso came out, he has multiple collections, and if he has one collection that is partly plagiarized for a big part of that plagiarized, does that affect the rest of his work or how people see the rest of what he's done in terms of art?
I'd pose the same question back to you. First off, how much research are you doing about Picasso? Because all I know is the name, right? I'd say I know he has some famous pieces and I know his name. But do I know every single historical factor about every single piece that was ever released? Not necessarily. So months down the road, years down the road, Space Buds has been doing their thing and Alessandro continues to take off. Do I necessarily care that something like this and I'm going back and doing the research? Maybe not, because I care currently about what he's got going on. So me, I don't. It doesn't necessarily matter as much to me, but does it suck? 100%. I agree. Like, they're in a really shitty situation, I think, right now. But what they're doing to get out of it is going to be, I think, the only thing they can do.
Maybe the question isn't, is it going away? Because if I'm looking into this market to flip, right, the question probably isn't, is it going away? The real question is, are there better projects at that price point? Or could there be better projects with a higher upside potential? So the real question isn't, is it going away? It's probably never going to go away, probably long-term holders. But it's like, if you have, what is it, 3K ADA, 4K ADA, let's say 5, 6, would I rather see a play into Mallards, a play into Clay, a play into Yummy better? Or am I going to Space Buds? I mean, this one is an expertise question that I need to defer to you guys.
I mean, I really just, oh, go ahead, Tommy, you got it.
No, go for it, man.
I mean, I really just see it as, do you want to still be a part of that history and holding that first thing in Space Buds? I mean, personally, right now, you see a lot of these people starting to migrate away from it and starting to go into these other big time projects such as Clay Nation or Chilled Kongs or even the Ape Society. And so, I mean, it's just real different because you see that Space Buds is kind of just stalemating or plateauing in a way. And then you still see, like, for example, Clay Nation or Ape Society still coming out with this new stuff with like the Clay token, or for the Ape Society with the frames and all that stuff with all the different pumping.
Look, Renard says, if I have that much ADA, I would definitely get into OG Clays and Clay X GC. Not sure what GC is. Do you know what, guys?
That's the Good
GC?
Charlotte.
Good
Clays.
Charlotte.
Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte. Okay. So, see, that's my thing. Is like, when people have limited, and everyone has limited supply of ADA, you have to make decisions, and will Space Buds fall in the wake of those decisions? And I think so. I think people will play towards something like Clay and Yummy and Kongs and Ape Society more than they'll play towards Space Buds. You know, they just offer so much more. It's just like, it's not even close.
For me right now, if the way I'm watching the secondary kind of pick up, you've seen a big jump recently after that announcement on the current sales on Space Buds right now over the last few hours. I see a lot of floor Space Buds being picked up anywhere from like 3.5 to 4K kind of right now. So there's some people betting, because you got to think about what's your risk factor, your spending power too, right? If 3,000 ADA to you is nothing, then this is absolutely a great buying time potentially for Space Buds, because the upside's there that if they end up delivering well on that artwork change, these things used to be valued at 5, 6, 6.5K plus. And then again, if Alessandro, and I know he's working on something. It's not that there's nothing being in the works. He's already teased on the website, I have something in the works for Space Buds. I just can't announce it yet. So we know there's something going on, and it's just a matter of time. When he drops that announcement, I expect for prices to jump. So this may be one of the cheapest prices you get Space Buds at in a long time. So if somebody has a big bag and is able to afford 3,500 ADA and it doesn't really affect their pockets too much, I kind of would be stashing right now if I had that opportunity.
I just keep coming back to the whole ethic for crypto, right? It's decentralized. When we consider like what is really decentralization, it's like, I need to know, like, okay, people flock to someone like 3 Arrows and like we put these people on the pedestals, like right, or Luna, and they put this other guy on. Like, I kind of don't like the fact that it's based on this one dude. I don't know nothing about him, but I don't really like that. I don't know how you guys feel about that one.
It's hard to say, because like you said, I get the whole pedestal thing. I think he's done way more good for the Cardano community and the CNFT community in general. Without Alessandro, I don't think we'd be having this conversation right now. What he's done and the impact he's had inside the CNFT space. They minted out that first 10K collection, but they also helped mint out Cardano bits and multiple other projects when they got started. Like his technology, his developer skills were able to get Cardano NFTs onto the map. And then the fact that he built Nami wallet and had that light, that extension wallet and before Eternal was ever really, really popular. It saved a lot of people. It got dApps online. He built the first smart contract marketplace with the SpaceBuzz marketplace, and he open sourced his code and stuff like that. So I think the good for what he's done inside the community outweighs the fact of that there was artwork that he didn't look into. So that would be my kind of stance on that as far as him overall as a person.
So I guess the question is, are you going to buy Buds or Clay?
Right now, I'm not buying either. Currently.
I mean, you really just see these. You really just see these two different sides, in all honesty, because you have Tommy on this side and then you have Aaron on this side, where Tommy's a little bit more experienced. He's done a little bit more research into Alessandro and the good part that he's done for the community. But then on the other side, you have Aaron, who's a little bit more of a newcomer who hasn't been able to do that much research and kind of isn't well known with the name. So that's really just going to be the big difference. Have you done the research? And do you trust Alessandro, or have you not done the research?
I'm skeptical, right? But so I think this move will cater towards people like Tommy, like who know this guy, who kind of know the history and all that kind of stuff. But if new money comes into the CNFT space, like me, which I know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of new money gonna move into Cardano ecosystem. They're not gonna care. They don't care about this dude. They're going to think like me because I already know the names. I already know the groups that are itching to come through here. And I'm talking to them too and see if I could get them into Cardano earlier than they want to be. But it's one of those things where it's like, we need to check ourselves here. Let's think decentralized a little more. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for the birthday shouts. I appreciate it. Crawford always on those streams. Taistu's always on those. Appreciate that.
So we did have a quick question from Shiny. He said, Tommy, are you relieved you did flip for a horse for a bud a few months ago?
I never flipped. If you start in reference to my equine, I never flipped the horse for a bud. That was a conversation I've had with TAL Crypto a while back. He told me to flip my equine horse, which is the number 58th ranked out of 14,000 as far as total stats go for a space bud back in the day. And I never did it. I had my horse actually for sale currently for like 6,000 ADA, but I never flipped for the space bud. So had I done that, I don't know how I would have felt. I honestly, knowing me, I probably would have just flipped the space bud at some point on the way up if they kept rising to like that 6.5K thing. But had I held through all this and the current value is what it is, yeah, I'd probably be a little bummed out right now. Only because I believe the price action for space buds. It's in an interesting spot. Like if this whole artwork thing never happened and this wasn't even a conversation right now and SpaceBuzz was just kind of sitting at 6.5K floor and they had no news, I would be more skeptical to sit there because it's a long-term hold to me at that point. Right now, you've got a decreased price with this, the floor dropped down to what it is with the potential now with an announcement and some new artwork to start the price quicker than had nothing ever happened to me. So I feel like it's in a better spot now for people to potentially to enter into SpaceBuzz to make more money versus had they held it and nothing had ever changed and they were sitting at a 6.5K floor currently.
Got it.
Awesome.
I want to know what the move is then. What's this week? So you said, Tom, you're not buying either. Are you buying anything, or are you staying out of the market, or what are you moving into?
I have been in full zip and flip mode for the last like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, between Beyond Citizens, Hungry Cows, and now recently Jelly Cubes. Dude, I've been dumping, not dumping, but I've been buying rare traits, flipping for that as the hype continues to build, just to stack my ADA for this week specifically, because as we know, we have the Summer Naru mint tomorrow as for Yummy Universe. And we also have the Mallet Order mint this Saturday. So my goal is to scoop up a bunch, mint out my stuff. I have to spend about 1,000 ADA to mint everything that I'm going to have. And then with the remaining ADA that I have, it's going after good deals on the secondary market as those mints happen.
So what exactly tomorrow? What is? I want to zip in and I want to flip in. You know, what I mean? Like this is why we're here. We want to be zipping and flipping with you. So help me out here. What's the move?
So tomorrow, if you are inside a Yummy Universe, obviously you probably know that there's a burn going on tomorrow. And essentially what that means is if you hold one of the 10K OG Narus and you hold one of the seasonals, you'll be able to turn in that seasonal, or burn it as they call it, and turn it in plus a 40 ADA transaction, and you'll get back one of those summer Narus. And those summer Narus are valuable right now because we're currently in the summer season. And when you stake those summer Narus in season, they earn you 4 times the staking rewards than they normally would earn out of season. So your summer Narus right now have the potential to earn quite a bit more than even some of the 10K ones, which we've seen the floor price for Yummy jump anywhere from 750 ADA up to close to 900 over the last week. It's been kind of fluctuating around right now. So my goal right now is to go after some of those rare trait Yummies, the summer ones, and go ahead and snipe those off the secondary market as they come online tomorrow, and then go ahead and stake those for the 4x reward while we're inside of the summer season. So that's kind of my play for tomorrow. Also, if you don't own one of those 10K Narus and you're kind of sitting on the sidelines, and you either own a seasonal or you don't own a seasonal, there's the potential, if you want to gamble on that, there are people inside the Yummy Universe community who obviously you would need to reach out to and trust, but there's a few people in there that are willing to burn a seasonal for you inside there to give you a chance to get one of the summers without having to pick up off the secondary. So a couple of different options. But main option for me, snipe off the secondary, burn my Narus, and snipe some rare trait ones.
What do you think? Would it be feasible to start buying summer Narus off the secondary, off JPEG store, and then flipping them? You think that's a good look into it?
See, I get really personal when it comes to flipping Yummy. That's one project I don't like to flip out of. But if you're going that route and you don't have that emotional attachment like I do to that project, then yeah, they're 100%. First off, if you burn something, right, that's the attractive part about the burn, is that it's not, you have the potential to pull one of the rarest ones, or even I think they're going to have at least 5 legendaries. I think they want to say 5 of these legendary 1-of-1. So if you pull one of those, you've automatically just netted yourself anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 ADAs worth of Yummy. If I pull one of those, that's an
immediate sell. That will be an immediate.
Somebody will immediately buy it for you for the right price. So if you pull, you have the luck factor in burning right there. And then after that, you can also get one of the rarest trait ones. And if you get one of the rarest trait ones, all you need to do is go over when it does load to CNFT Jungle, or you can go to Yummy Universe's website and you can check how much Yummy it's going to be earning. So if you pull something that's on a high end, you can kind of price it effectively depending on how much Yummy, because it's not necessarily the rarity of them, but rarity, obviously, the higher it is, the more Yummy they're going to get. But that doesn't necessarily means that the number 1 rank the number 3 may outweigh the number 1. Just that's how their stuff works. So you got a potential to get a lot more ADA than what you spent to get it.
Yeah.
And so before we move on to our next little topic on our beautiful CNFT Tuesday live stream, I wanted to bring in another guest who just really has been a true friend of the channel for a really long time. Minting top NFTs often, hoping his lucky charms don't soften. Some see him as a 4-leaf clover, but we know this man is a top beholder, dropping bags on Cardano to get richer. He's a true friend of the channel, the one and only Crypto Bandit.
I have arrived. Everyone,
channel,
calm down. I am here. A little late.
What's going on, Seron?
We're still here, baby.
Man?
Hey, that's right. As long as you're making these CNFT Tuesday live streams, that's all that matters, baby, because it's the best day of the week.
This man Ethan is so hyped to be hosting right now. So
yes, sir.
Hyped.
And so, I mean, it was just another crazy little thing because, I mean, right before you had came on, we were talking about the Yummy Summer Naru Mint. So are you excited for that, Mint? You have anything that you're burning?
Isn't that tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
1,600 UTC.
I've actually been having this 10K I've been trying to unload, but I guess I would just hold on to it and wait.
You haven't been able to sell it?
Well, Did you have it listed?
Yeah, did you have it listed?
You did have it listed?
Mm-hmm.
So you were not going to be able to burn that because you had to have it in your wallet for the snapshot. So you might as well try it. Yesterday at 1,600. Yeah. Yep. So you will not be able to do that burn if your 10K Naru was outside of your wallet.
What? Oh, that's so whack.
It was staked. Mine was staked.
It's staked is fine. If it's staked,
if it's staked, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god.
It just mattered if it was listed.
That is so stupid.
Welcome to NFTs, Seron.
Thanks, G3.
I literally own the thing. How could they take a snap? What?
It's on your wallet, baby.
Yeah.
Just the power of the technology. Yes, they're not recognizing that you own that asset in your wallet. So your wallet will be blacklisted from being able to mint during that time period because there's certain requirements that have to be met. So that's why they do that snapshot to see what's in your wallet at that time. So if it wasn't there and it was in a smart contract because it was listed, then yeah, it's not going to give the whitelist to the smart contract. It's not going to work.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I thought it's been real. I'm not putting that. That is literally the dumbest thing I ever heard. I freaking hate ADA.
That's any blockchain.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell no. That would not happen on Binance Smart Chain. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's standard, bro. You didn't play NFTs in Binance?
Snapshot, but it can't be seen because the thing's in a contract.
That's right. That's normal.
Think about that. How would it read that your wallet is the one that's going to be minting if it's in a smart contract? The wallet that it's currently in, it's going to read that address, and it's not going to whitelist that address. Or if it does whitelist
also,
that
why
address, nobody's minting it.
Also, why are they snapshotting a whole day in advance of their thing?
In order to make sure that they can set the smart contract to recognize, and that way they prevent scammers and people trying to get in who are trying to game the system and don't own the yummy. They want to make sure their holders are rewarded for holding on to that yummy.
Yeah. Come on, man. I'm a 10K yummy long-term holder.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Long-term holder, yes, sir.
40K, baby. That's what I got. 40.
Yo, don't even worry about it. We listing it. What's up? Who want to buy this thing? Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, did you see the offer I sent you for that Eden 7?
I actually got an offer for it for $250. So your offer sucks. Yeah, I'm about to let that thing fly. I'm about to let it go.
What's going on with the ducks? Tell me what's happening.
The Mallard ducks.
Go.
Yeah, kind of a big thing that we've been talking about.
You're big, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's get a little info on that.
Been a real big thing that we've been talking about the past couple of weeks alone. I mean, I'm super excited about it. I know the Freedom 35ers are super excited about it. So they have about a 6,500 supply coming up. The mint's going to be on Saturday for the 30th. Wait, the 30th will be on Saturday. So Saturday is just for all the invitation holders. And so they actually have it split into 2 different times because, I mean, there's some people who are massive whales in the space. And so Saturday is just specifically for invitation holders, which is kind of like their little whitelist for 90 ADA each Mallard. And then the day after that, on the 31st, it'll open up for the initiate rolls and the trial champions for 120 ADA in their first time slot, and then 130. Okay. And then in the second time slot, it'll be for all the outsiders until they sell out for, again, 130.
Oh, interesting. Holy Toledo, the floor is at 2,100?
Yep. Yeah, so actually this morning, the floor actually jumped to 2,300, and then I guess some people have taken advantage of that, and they just kind of saw, because there was only about 7 listed this morning, and I think there's a couple more now.
So here's a good play for you, Aaron. If you're in terms of the play, as far as buy the,
I'm always thinking
buy the rumor, sell the news.
Always thinking in terms of play.
So me, I didn't pull the trigger on this, and it's one that I regret is that I had the ADA at the time, and I was kind of toying with it. I sent it. The floor was about 1,700 ADA, literally like a day and a half ago. I got an offer on like the lowest one for 1,600 ADA to see if the guy would bite, and that way I got 100 ADA discount. Right? He didn't bite. I canceled. I figured I'd come back to it the next day. They dropped the mint announcement this morning, and then, like you said, you saw the pump dump from 1,700 all the way up to 2,000 plus. So had I just bought off that floor at that time, I instantly would have made money because of that announcement. And that's a perfect example about the hype inside these communities and how you can take advantage of that as far as the buying opportunities go.
100%. You know what I've noticed, what I've learned is that when there's big news, there's big hype, there's big jumps. And so I recognized that when I was buying these Mallard invitations, and Tal really kind of clued me into that, because I was watching on how these noobs, I just read noob on the chat how these news would like pump it. Like I think I saw that with ADA, I saw that with Ape Society. I'm like, geez Louise, this is predictable. This is so predictable. If you know a month out, you're on a rotation of a month now. If you know a month out that something's going to be announced, shoot, buy the thing, hold for a month, and then make the sell. And so I think I bought at like 13, 14, 15. I'm not sure when, somewhere around there. I got to check the price when I bought it. But I could sell now, make 500 ADA, a cool 500 ADA, and just be totally happy with that.
Yeah, true that.
I'm not sure if I want to gamble though. Golly, I could take the safe route or the gamble route, and I'm always like the cowboy too with this stuff. So I don't know. Shoot, I don't know. I could play it smart, lock in.
Yeah,
1,000.
I mean, it's just a real big thing. Exactly.
Yeah, somebody was correct. Shini's up there. You were the initiate and trial champion role. Just to correct that over there is the 128 of the outsider public role is 130. Just they're roasting me in the chat right now.
If you don't hold an invitation, is there a play here?
I 100% believe there's a play. I mean, it really just depends on if you want a Mallard and if you believe in the project long term. I mean, 130 ADA is a lot for an NFT or a Mallard duck just alone, but I mean, you've seen the hype that's been built around the project on just the past couple of weeks alone. So it's jumping all around, but I think it's definitely a play.
Okay, guys,
grab your hands on one.
If you guys think I should sell my invitation, give me a. If you think I should sell one invitation, give me one. If I should sell 2 invitations, give me 2. If I should hold and mint, give me a 3.
I think you should sell all your yummy.
My yummy.
Yummy. We're talking about Mallards.
I don't give a damn what we talk about. I'm still selling.
Oh no, he's mad about
God dang it,
Yummy.
right?
You're doing research, dude. You're doing research on it. You're saying that's the standard practice.
Yeah, it's just really
standard practice, bro.
Aaron, I'll chime into you. You have 2 invitations. You have more than 1 invitation?
I have 2.
Yes, he does.
I would sell 1.
I agree. I 100% agree with Tommy.
Sell 1 now. Take your 2,000 ADA or 1999, whatever you want to list at the floor. Use that because you'll be able to mint an extra 3, right, for 90 ADA. So your buy-in to that is another 270 ADA to mint that. So right off the bat there, you need to go ahead and if you were to cover costs and you hold on to that letter, you're passing up on 2,000 ADA plus you're spending another 270. So your investment right there is 2270 that you're potentially holding on to. Take that 2270 and then go snipe off the floor, especially if people are paper handing these things for 300 ADA. Take that 2270 and buy up the floor with that 2270. Watch the pump happen, and then you can start the offload. Your profit gain will probably be a little higher.
So, okay, let me break that down one more time. I have 2. I sell 1, and I think I'm going to wait till Friday to sell because the thing is Saturday. So I'm going to wait for maximum hype, sell on Friday. Hopefully I could get 23 for 24. Hopefully this brings it up.
Okay.
And then
you shouldn't wait to sell it on Friday. You should list it what you think Friday's price is going to be.
Yeah,
and then when you wake up on Friday, if it's not there, then adjust the price because that thing will skyrocket like in the middle. You can't be watching it like when you're sleeping. So whatever price you deem is acceptable, you should list it there or where you think it will be at Friday. And then when you wake up on Friday and then you're like, all right, it's not there or it's sold, then you'll be like, all right.
Why would I wait? Hold on. Why would I do that? Because I could wait to see and react to the market.
Yeah, but you just looked at Mallards, right? And it was 21. But when we were at church, me and Ethan looked at it. It was 23. And it was probably even higher at some other point when we weren't watching. So just list it at what price you want, and then just wait. So just list it now. If you think Friday, for instance, if you're thinking it's going to be 3K. Right, the floor is going to hit 3K. List the damn thing in 3K, and when you go to check it on Friday, if it ain't 3K, then update the price. But you don't want to miss it.
You can definitely watch the run up. Just for an example, like I said, even last night, there was stuff listed for 1650, 1700. Those got ate up in the middle of the night when I was sleeping. I woke up this morning, and all of a sudden the floor was sitting at 2K. So if you had it listed last night, even for 1900, you still would have got bought up in that time frame. So yeah, either you hold on to it and don't list, or you list it a little higher, like you said, to a point you're comfortable selling it at, and then just wait and see. But yeah, I
would list it at 28 and leave it. If it runs to 3,000, all right, I lost 200 ADA, but what did you gain? 28. Exactly. But then let's say it runs up to 3,000 and you wake up, but then by then the whole floor's been eaten up and it's on its way back down. Then you're like, oh well, shit. Which has happened to me, which is why I do that. I'm like, this is what I am. This is how much I bought. This is what I need to sell to make these free. I got that whole algorithm from TAL. I got that from TAL.
Yeah, Aaron, I think
That's what
right
I
now
did with
you got
the ADA knots. So like I bought these ADA knots. So I bought that one for $450. I was like, I don't care where the floor of ADA knots is going. I'm putting this one up for $750 and I'm leaving it there. When the floor reaches there, it will sell eventually. And guess what? It sold today.
All right, live sell. I'm gonna go what someone said here: live sell or live list or whatever.
Yeah, I think.
What should I list this one for? I'm gonna list one. Okay.
Put it for 1,800 right now, and I'll buy it from you.
I would put it for like 28.
I don't even know where to find this thing. Where is this thing? Look at this crap.
28 or 2799. The TAL way.
26.
Put that 99 in there. Look like a
108. Imagine. Imagine.
You will get CNFT Predator. Somebody will insta snipe that from you.
Yep.
Like you will not have the chance to delist it.
Okay. Here's what I feel good with.
2799.
25,000.
2,500.
What was your investment? Just curious, Aaron. What did you buy in at?
Good question.
You can look on there. Just click on it.
No way. I'm thinking it has another like 700 ADA to run.
Go back.
I'm thinking 28.
Click on the image itself.
Jana said 28.
Come on. I don't know how to
club chat.
Just go back
2,400 and 2,500, 2,800. You got a bunch of different people.
So just click on the image, and then you can go down and you can see price history.
Can you see volume? Oh yeah, price history. Okay.
Wow.
So 1,300.
Dick.
So 1,300. So that, I mean, either way you look at that right now, even if you sold for 2K, that's a nice little quick 700 to profit.
Is there a way to see?
You see that?
This man.
See that? That's the right hook.
I bet I get it. I bet I get it, TJ. I bet I get it. You don't know, y'all don't understand.
J-Hub,
I must be Irish because boy, that luck is strong with me, boy. I bet I get it. You're Black crazy. Irish.
How's that Eden 7 going? Is that sold?
All right, here we go.
Right now, and that's a solid offer. Okay. I've already made my money back.
Too much.
So that, I mean, that's
2,800.
Keep in mind too, Aaron. I know this is also. I'm sure you guys have talked about this, but look at your royalty fees and your service fees too. Because when you list that for 2,500, you're only getting 2,250, so you're losing 250. So make sure you're comfortable with whatever that sale price is.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if I look on Friday and this floor is at $3,000 or 3,000 ADA, I'm gonna think I'm right. And I think you guys are. I'm deferring.
If you feel like that,
what I get.
Yeah,
Aaron, and if you feel that, elicit 3K.
That's what I get, bro.
Yep.
Trust your gut, dude. Don't let us talk you into that. Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Here's
2,800.
My gut says I'm a watcher. When I'm at parties, I watch. When I'm around people, I'm a watcher. So when I go in and I look and I just like watching to see what the market does and how these things are being bought. Like, here's what I'll see. Like, okay, let me just do this. Here's how I would conduct this type of activity. Okay, so I'm seeing a spike here. So I'm seeing just general trend growth, which is great. And I don't know what else they're gonna do as far as when did they announce it? Yesterday?
This morning.
This morning, like 7 o'clock.
Right. Okay, is there a volume chart?
So what happened here? There's no spike.
There is a little bit of a spike, yeah. It's real slight.
You can also check it out on OpenCNFT. Let me see if I can grab that for you.
Yeah. What happened the 23rd? Anything? Any news? Rumors came out. That's when
was the 23rd. What day was that? That was Saturday.
It was Saturday, yeah.
That's when the rumors hit. People who were in the know.
Yeah, I think that was also kind of when they announced like they were finalizing their collection and getting ready.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Go up to the top there. Sorry, I have you on the wrong tab. But if you go to the analytics tab right there, and on the kind of like in the middle next to activity, just underneath that. Yep. You can kind of see a little bit as well.
You see. Okay, right here, the 20. This was yesterday.
This morning. So it announced like 7 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
Average. Okay. 29 sales in the last 7 days.
What about last day?
How many total?
A lot.
500 assets. 500 of these.
500 supply. Yep. And then, damn, they're over 316,000 in secondary sales right now off a free airdrop.
Yeah, and they were about 290 this morning, 290,000.
Do you guys know of any like news that's coming out with mallards? Other than that, everyone's just waiting until Saturday. There's nothing in between then.
I mean, just besides, I mean, not right
Wait,
now,
when are
but
they
in the
doing their
future with
snapshot? Because obviously this is a thing that we do.
I don't. They haven't announced. I don't know about a snapshot yet. There's still more details to come. But Seron, if you hold a letter, keep it in your wallet. Don't have it listed.
Yeah.
If you plan to mint.
Exactly. If you plan on minting all three, I mean, really, it just depends. Because I mean, in the past with the second trial, you saw that holders were going to get eventually ancient relics, so that might have a little bit of a factor. But I mean, I don't think it has a factor.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. If I sell on Friday, will people who buy on Friday be able to mint on Saturday?
Unless an announcement comes out, there keep an eye on their channels for the next 2 days to kind of tell you that snapshot if they have one of those. Because if that's the case, yeah, you may miss your window of opportunity if it says like there's a cutoff on Friday at this time. You may see a little quick rush to sell them off at that time. Because I think once this mint does come out, it's inevitable that this floor price is going to drop. I'd say down at least to like that 1,200 kind of range, possibly even lower for a little bit before they announce whatever the next utility is for these things. I know there's an airdrop planned out for some sort of relics. You are getting secondary sales every day. They do all that. You see how they sold 312,000 worth of volume. So whatever those royalties they've gotten from that, they've taken the ADA and given it directly back to the invitation holders in the form of daily giveaways. So every single day, at least for the last few days, you've been getting 50 ADA or 60 ADA giveaways, and you got a chance to win that every single day for some ADA. So that's a good utility benefit for holding that letter, because potentially if your luck's good, you can make a few hundred ADA in a week.
My luck is terrible. My luck is terrible.
My luck is
terrible. I don't operate in luck. I operate with skill, and I have zero luck and just a little bit of skill. So that's just me.
My luck is strong.
Good. So I'm gonna sell this, and what's the floor on this?
You're gonna list it at floor?
No.
Listen to TJ up in the chat there.
Oh, it's up to 22.
I would have to sell 1, 2, 5, 8 to get to me. It'd have to hit 8 people to buy it.
Totally doable.
And then that,
29 sales in 7 days, not doable.
Doable,
incorrect.
Especially as we get closer towards the mint.
When's the mint?
100% doable. This Saturday.
No way. 29 sales in 7 days.
Yeah, but that was before people knew when the mint was.
How long has that 21.99 been listed? Or well, probably the 22 is what you want to look at. Realistically.
Either way, you can see it.
We'll go look at. I mean, even in the past, when did it happen? This morning, the announcement. So roughly,
how can you see when it got listed?
16 hours ago. So since that time frame, you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 sales since the announcement.
I'm gonna have to go to that policy ID.
There's been a lot.
You can see when the contract happened.
Yeah.
Right. I feel good. I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna be happy at 2,500. Let's just go there.
Cool.
Let's do 24.99 and undercut these guys.
There you go. You just got to cut them a little bit. I meant a rare to long-term hodl. So you've got a couple people over there asking about, are we flipping these things? Also, TJ over here, because I forgot it is a Discord linked or role-based thing. It necessarily doesn't need to be sitting in your wall. So as long as you have the role linked to CNFT tools over there, and it says that you have an invitation, you'll be able to mint holding that letter. So once you get the letter in your wallet, go ahead over to see their verification inside of Discord. Do that process or whatever it may be, whether it's send ADA or
that guy just said verification takes hours.
But as long as you do it soon, you should be fine.
Wait, so if we mint, so the thing is going to mint
Saturday.
Other people are going to mint at like 120 ADA?
120 to 130.
Yes.
Yeah. The question is, can I make 700 ADA off of these mallards?
Off the 3?
Yeah. No, I would have to make. That's the wrong question. I got to make 2,500 ADA.
That's what I was telling you. So you need 20. It's going to cost you. You're buying right now. If you say you could sell it, just say 2,000 ADA, right? Is what you could sell.
90
for.
ADA per mint.
So you're 2270 is you're buying if you minted all 3. As far as to do that, do you think you can flip those 3 mallards in your letter more than that? That's but if you get luck on your side and you mint one of those like super rare ones, of course you've already met it. You take that risk and you pay that gamble. I think right now, like you said, mint your 3. sell your letter, use that ADA if you plan to sweep the floor, and then go ahead and offload if the hype really gets up there.
Here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to set that there, and I'm not going to be married to this one to mint on Saturday. I'm going to see if I could sell on Friday.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to see. That's what I'm going to do. And then, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, J-Hub. Sell and snipe on second. I think I'm going to snipe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Tommy had touched on it a little bit.
Because I'm thinking like if I'm trying to mint something that's going to go long term, I'd rather get the defined, okay, I'm going to get this long term. Why don't I sell this stuff now at 20, let's say 2,200, 20 to 2,500, use that money to snipe on a secondary, and then if I believe in this thing long term, then run that thing up. Mm-hmm. That's what I'll do. That's my play.
So that in my play that I've been doing in order to gain the ADA that I've had, Aaron, over these last few weeks, is I took the Beyond Citizens mint recently, and I gambled. You know, I minted as many as I think I minted like a total of 11 of them at the time with the ADA that I had. Last drop, like a little bit of luck finally came. I minted the like number 200 and something ranked one, and that I minted for 90 ADA. I sold it for 1,099 ADA. Like I went a little aggressive on the price a little bit, and I sold that. And then with that, I went back in and started buying up the rare traits because I figured the project might start to have a leg to stand on. And then from that, I started to load up into a few different plays. And then as the project started to take off, I started to offload those. And from there, I kept building up and up. And then eventually later, I was a few thousand ADA up from where I started with that original, like, I don't know, a few hundred.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a good way to do that by buying the floor.
I'm loading up my sniper rifle. This cowboy's going hunting on his Arabian.
You're loading up a sniper rifle as a cowboy? I think you're confused.
Hey, my favorite sniper rifle is the little sticker that Tommy has in Discord with the yummy.
My repeater. I got my repeater over here going hunting for a duck. So yeah, that's what I'm
All right,
doing.
Gentlemen. Well, we've kind of hit, I know since Aaron's not hosting tonight, you guys love your giveaways in the chat. So we've kind of hit a nice little spot where we're talking one of the hottest projects of the week, but I want to do a nice little giveaway real quick.
You're going to do a giveaway?
Yeah. You know, I had to cover all my bases if I was hosting. I had to cover all my bases.
I was ready to do a giveaway, but shoot.
Don't you worry. I got you covered. All right, guys. So for those in the chat, I'm going to do a little bit of a staple, which Aaron has. It's not going to be the city guessing, but I will put a project up on the screen, and the first person in the chat to get the project, you will win a nice little surprise pet bot, because we love the pet bots around here. All right, guys, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everyone.
Jelly Cube. It's right there. I see it.
It's not just Jelly Cube. Come on, Tom. You got to clutch up.
Space Robot Jelly Cube.
Space Robot Jelly Cube.
Oh, I don't
know.
You want it on me, the Block Investment Group?
I'll take Block Investment Group, but I was personally going for Jelly Cubes, plural. But that's all right. So
by big Block Investment Group.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Technicality.
This man said,
technicality. Yeah, it was the scroll too. You saw he scrolled up slow. He's like,
Hey, I want to make sure I had it blocked out. But
that's Jelly Cubes.
That's a they-them cube, bro. That's a they-them cube right there.
Hey, so Shiny, I know I have you on Discord, so just send me your wallet address, and I'll make sure I send you over your nice little surprise.
Shiny is racking up around here, man. I think he won one before too.
I mean, we have a couple little nice little
shout out to Shiny over there. He literally put it in there inside the chat today. He goes, "I'm gonna win something tonight."
Yes, sir. He called it out.
Good job. So I heard pet pots were decent now. Like, did they go up in price or anything? I don't know nothing about it.
They went up a little bit, but
I don't do any research.
Maybe Tommy can speak on a little more on it.
On what?
Pet bots. Do you know anything about pet bots?
I haven't seen any. I haven't been keeping up. They have good.
It's not good news. You need the hype, dude. Freedom 35 is
I hold right now.
Freedom 35 is in the gutters, dude. They're looking for the best projects out there. If you guys aren't subscribed to Freedom 35, following these boys, you guys better follow them, because this is where we all get our information.
If I could delete 100%. NFTs, I would delete my pet bots.
Oh.
Hey,
like
Tom,
if I could just erase them out of the contract, bro.
Are there any like mints going down other than like Mallard? Like any like under like I'm looking for another Beyond Citizens. I'm looking for another Mars Bird. So you got something for me like in that range, like something that you or Jelly Cubes. I missed all of this. I was in or Wild Tang. Like,
Jelly Cubes are insane, man.
Yeah, Jelly Cubes are a big one. I mean,
insane, but again, go ahead.
Jelly Cubes, like Tommy was saying, they're insane. It's about around a 1,300 floor right now. The mint price was for 200 ADA, and so holding a Jelly Cube gets you access into a little bit of a Discord where like you have these experts at your hand at all times, where they're helping you out with the research, they're talking, and you're learning from, people who've been in the space for a lot longer than you.
Oh, should I own a Jelly Cube if I'm doing research, if I'm trying to learn?
Right. You missed the window, man. Unless you want to buy at the top right now. That Jelly Cube was another one where I went and pulled the trigger this week. I got a whitelist spot, minted one that was a common, minted it for 200 ADA, sold it immediately, like within seconds, for 450 ADA. When I took that 450 ADA plus some of the ADA I had stashed up, and I bought two of the epic ones for 1,169 ADA and 1,250 ADA. So I forked out like 2,400 ADA. And then sold those two. The newest one I just bought today for 1,250. I sold it for 3,000 today. So I ran it up on top, and I probably could have held on and probably got a little bit more, but I used those two transactions. So I bought one of them. I made like 300 ADA on. The other one I made 1,700 on. So it's all about like, can you take advantage of the hype early on? That's why I'm saying for Mallard right now, and a lot of people do this. If you can mint or sweep a floor at the beginning, like people who swept up Jelly Cubes were buying them from anywhere from 385 up to 500 ADA. The floor for those things is sitting at like 1,100 ADA right now. So if you had scooped up 10 of those things at 400 ADA, you would be sitting on right now like 11,000 ADA's worth of stuff for a price of 4,000 that you bought in at. So like it pays to mint both.
3x. It basically 3x.
Yeah, that's a lot of money though.
What do you think
in this market to do that?
What do you think Mallards are going to do?
It's hard to say, man. It's just because the supply is 6,500, right? Like the block investment group stuff, outside of just the hype, there was only a 1,250 supply, so lower supply on that. With 6,500 of those things, I think personally, I'm in the range anywhere from like 250 to like 300, somewhere in that price point. I'd say like a safe bet, but if the FOMO kicks in for people, and they all turn out be really cool looking, and people buy onto the hype, I can see those things pushing from like 400 to 500 floor with hype up. But with the 6,500 ADA mint or 6,500 supply, I can't imagine those things going up that high yet. But I've seen crazier things happen in this space, especially with Beyond Citizens. The hype train happens sometimes. So some CNFT OGs start to buy into this project, or whales. You could definitely see that price rise. But I could say safely, I'd say anywhere from 250 to 300.
Okay. Yeah, I think my strategy on sniping is sound. Okay.
Yeah, 100% agree with you.
Floor of 8 knots was just 80. So if you buy it at 70, you might make a little.
Floor is 8 knots. Yeah. Okay.
So, and one thing too, just to note about Mallards, which will make it incentivized for people to want to collect more, right? They don't want to necessarily have to just sell off everything, is because there is a ranking system inside this Discord. So the more Mallards you hold, the higher your rank goes up, and we don't know exactly what that's going to do yet, but it incentivizes you to hold a large amount of them.
Is it just like more daily blessings or whatever, more random lottery things?
Higher rankings will probably get access into certain channels, these are different kind of giveaways, certain airdrops, and who knows what. I get that. I don't know what they're going with long term. The only thing I can say that I've seen outside of just giving away ADA, they call it the scrying pool over on there, and I think they dropped it like the orb. I forget the named it on Twitter. They dropped it out there, but it essentially was like a version of like CNFT Predator from CNFT Jungle, where it's a bot that shows like floor price, like anything that's listed below the floor price on the marketplaces, it'll give you a link. So if somebody lists something automatically, like say your letter, like we're taking for example, somebody listed it for 1,700 ADA, I'd get a notification scored under that channel for being a holder. Somebody just listed that for 1,700 ADA. and I got that jump ahead of most normal people who have access to that channel. So they're giving you like tools and resources.
Yeah, here's what I want. Shiny asked a good question. Do I want to be in another project? The answer is yes. I want to be in Kongs and I want to be in Ape Society. I want my monkeys. And I want particular monkeys. I want monkeys with cowboy hats on.
Spacebuds?
Spacebud's dead, dude. Don't forget about that. Spacebud's dead.
Is it really?
No, I have no idea. No, that people still happy about it. Yeah. My thing is, I'd rather be instead of mallards, I'd rather be in something that is more long term, especially in this market. If this market was a bull market, I would be in mallards. If this market's a bear market, which it is, and I'm going to expect some bad news in the next 2 days here from the Fed and from GDP, and we're going to be in a recession officially. Yeah, whatever definition of recession you use. I prefer blue chip, bigger projects that have more sustainability than something like mallards. But
so you would go more to like a Yummy or something along those lines, a Clay.
I would go
something in that realm.
I would go Kongs or Ape Society or Clay. Kongs and Ape Society more cool because I don't have exposure to it, but mostly Clay.
You could get a bill too for old money. I know you guys I don't know if you got into the trade for that yet.
Every NFT project that I've seen out there, that is my favorite, most designed project. Mainly because I hate fiat. So so it's like a shot to it. So I will make my way to the $2 bill or whatever. I'll make my way there eventually.
Are you live streaming, Jerome, my good old friend and pal?
I'm gonna be at work, so maybe we'll see.
Well, that's gonna be a rough one.
I'll have to go into the studio and we'll have to do some live streaming.
I've been rereading the Bitcoin Standard, and just like. And like,
about this.
This is not the time for this. This is
don't get me talking on this, dude. I will educate somebody on this one.
Educate somebody on what?
Not you, maybe you. I don't know. We'll see. With somebody on here about to educate on how the fiat system works. How the
no. Well, I've just been like rereading, and it's like legitimately amazing the amount of faith that we put into like the current system that we have. Legit, it's absolutely astounding.
What we talk about with TAL is like we need a store of value that cannot be debased, cannot be manipulated, cannot be
inflated. Yeah, all of that.
We need that store of value, and that is, we don't necessarily need it to be transportable. We don't. I mean, that's gold, but even gold is underlying. As I learned and did research that it is being manipulated in maybe not in the biggest ways as fiat, but it's still being manipulated. So TAL thinks that NFTs are the answer to that. I can't get there yet.
I disagree as well.
As far as a store of value,
I'm on TAL side with this only because I can see it directly impact how I'm at. Like, say, I'm just using the example from what I had in the past week, right? I had about 2,000 ADA sitting around, and I held it this whole time. I could have staked it with my stake pool and earn my 4.5% to 5% and just let it sit there over the last few weeks. And I could have watched the value of ADA go up and down between 52 cents down to 46 and possibly, like you said, a little bit lower here coming up. Or I could have took that 2,000 ADA, made some smart informed decisions with research on the projects that I thought were going to do well. And I turned that 2,000 into 6,000 ADA. Now, I'm not cashing my ADA out anytime soon, but that where in this market or anywhere can you really get that kind of returns by just sitting around doing nothing right now?
Cash. Yeah, but cash is where you can do that, bro. Yeah. Cash is where you can get returns for 8%, no problem, because it is stronger than any other currency in the world right now, especially if they decide to print money again, or raise inflation rates again.
Interest rates, yeah.
When they raise
you're saying to hold it in cash. You're saying your money's safer to cash out your crypto now and then wait for the crash to happen.
Yes.
I will still make a higher return than what you do by doing that.
Maybe not over a, depending on the time frame, right? Because if any one of us goes into Bitcoin, ADA, even NFTs, the underlying asset for any NFT that we're in is ADA. So your value is it's the same thing as being debased. Your value is disappearing because the underlying asset of ADA is going down. So yours and my Yummy that's worth 1,000 ADA is worth $2,000 cash, but $500 cash. But if it depreciates, it goes down even further. However, if you sit in cash and they increase interest rates, which they will, that means that the dollar is now a stronger currency than any other currency in the world, including crypto, right now. Okay, so right now, if you're trying to look for returns, if you're trying to look for returns and not a store of value, that's different. The store of value is not the same as like an investment in like a Google tech stock, which is what we're talking about. Is apples to oranges here. And so when you store your value, you're looking to not lose or just basically just stay still, and cash is that move for a store of value right now. Okay, I'm just saying right now, they could go crazy again and start debasing your money and my money too by printing like crazy and adding into their balance sheet and quantitative easing. That's when we start moving to a different store of value.
The problem
right
with
now,
NFTs though is definitely also the manipulation part.
Cash is the king. Cash is king.
The manipulation
I
part
agree.
of NFT also makes it a very good factor of why it's not a good store of value. Look at SpaceBud, prime example right there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, first off, though, again, that's a risk you take in anything, right? Like nobody could have predicted that would happen, but obviously stuff like that can happen, right? Just to touch base back on Crawford's point there, like you said, with all due respect, you can gamble your way from 2K to 6K. I could go to casino and do that 100%. All these NFTs and everything, and crypto is a gamble just in general. Obviously, there's safer ways to gamble when you do this. My risk tolerance is higher than maybe some others inside this, and that's the way I go. Others could have bought a little safer and maybe made a little bit less gains, but they could have done something similar in that. So it just depends, like you said, what your investment strategy really is in this time frame. Mine, I choose to use the knowledge that I've gained throughout the last year doing this to leverage that to make some ADA. And again, my store value is ADA right now. I'm not putting anything to fiat. I don't plan on cashing out anytime soon. That's just my investment strategy. But I get what you're saying as well, Aaron.
I think you're right too, Tommy. We are looking at from two different perspectives, because if you look at it from this, like, I don't know if you have kids or not, or like I don't know, but for me, if you were to say, what would you put your value and your trust in, if your kids and your house and your wife and your family was at stake? I would sit on cash. I would not sit on any NFT or even Bitcoin right now. That then thing is then the store of value, the truest. The store of value you put the most trust in. And so that's it for me, right? Like right now, I'm on the side of the United States. If United States, I'm not trying to fight the United States. If that thing is pumping money, I'm in the markets. I'm getting that pump with it. But if they're tightening up, I'm tightening up too into cash. And so don't fight the Fed if that's the real thing.
Dirty fiat.
which is why I like $2 bills, which is why I like that old money. I mean, it's like one of those things, like perfect. It builds that spirit of that attitude, like, I hate this thing. So I'm with it.
I think, like you said, Aaron, it's a perfect route. Like me, I'm in a different thing. I have a fiance. We're getting married next year. I don't have kids yet. But for me, like if my crypto disappeared tomorrow, would I be extremely upset and pissed? Absolutely. Would I be majorly affected by it? No. And that's just my personal situation. So you have to take it case by case. Yeah. That's kind of where you're sitting at. I'm not riding on the hype of what I sit on right now to carry me out. But if I'm hoping, obviously, my portfolio builds over the next few years. But I agree. There's definitely different perspectives on how to look at that.
And then the investment, like if you were to say like, okay, so Shiny says real estate. So what kind of investment would you like to be? That investment to me is something outside of your regular, you don't have to protect it, right? I mean, you do have to protect it, but you can make risk plays towards it. Is it real estate? Is it Bitcoin? Is it Cardano? Is it NFTs? Now we're talking a different conversation here. If we're talking store value, that's a separate conversation. But an investment, we could debate on that all day, and the likelihood is probably be exposed to.
The real problem is we're making all this speculation, and the market really has not even hit nowhere near its bottom.
You don't think so?
Repo? What? No way, bro. The eviction crisis just started. The forbearance crisis just started. The car repo crisis just started. They're saying right now that the Fed is going to have to come in and regulate car loans, like how they regulated house loans in 2008. the car loan market right now is just as bad as that.
I mean,
so,
I agree with
like,
you. So.
When we come out on the other side of this, you know how like now you can go to the dealership and say like, oh, I saved up $10,000. I want this 500 GT Mustang. It may be, yo, you don't make that much. I don't care how you can finagle it. You're not getting this car no matter what. Like we may come out of the other side of this like that, like people getting restricted in even car loans. It's bad. So like regulation is coming and it's going to be serious. And I think, oh, I thought Aaron was frozen. He just stood really still.
Yeah, he was reading that comment from TSA. Yeah.
TSA. I'm trying to look for this comment here. I'm not ignoring anything. Sorry, brother. So I told you will soon be on a path to 10 Bitcoins. I've got a few right now in my pocket, and I'm trading. I'm actually out of the market right now, so I've sold my Bitcoins. And this will be an easy buy for you from those uneducated sellers. I'm not sure what you're saying here, TSA. Are you saying like, is it a compliment? I think it's a compliment, so I appreciate that. So I'm gonna take that as a compliment. But yeah, so
are we at the bottom? Absolutely not. People are like legitimately, people are now liquidating. People are now liquidating. Their cars are getting liquidated. Gun sales and pawn shops. Another thing I follow. I'm into guns and cars and all. They're at an all-time high, which is funny because people were buying not gun sales, but gun sales. Yeah, people are selling their guns like crazy. So like people were storing value in things like guns and cars, like those antique guns. They're like just like how the car auctions went through the roof. That also went through the roof. And now all of these antique guns are like hitting the market like nobody's.
I'll tell you right now. I have to pay for my daughter's school right now, right? And I'm literally considering selling some NFTs to pay for her school for the point of saying, yeah, selling NFTs paid for my daughter's full year school. I'm like, just for this the ability to say that just makes me feel so good. It makes me feel like, okay, yeah, I'm in this.
Buy a musket, yo. If I get an old world gun, like an old time gun, you guys would know. It'll be right in that puppy right there.
Oh, he's saying TSA's BTC will go down. I think it's going to go down too. That's why I'm out of the market.
Yeah, I'm thinking BTC 16.
The reason why I like NFTs, guys, is because it's one of those plays where it seems familiar to me and exciting to me. And it's one of those things where I think there's a lot of surefire ways to make money here. Like you guys just heard Tommy just flipping like a freaking, like he works at IHOP. He's flipping these pancakes all over this place, man. If you guys don't know, go to this man's channel. They educate you guys for like 3 hours out of the week, I think, right? Like 2-hour podcast or something like that, and they have multiple podcasts.
Yeah, 3-hour live stream. Yeah,
Monday and Fridays.
So go check them out, man, and check out these other guys, Warden on his Twitter and Bandit on his channel, and check out my stuff. I take myself as like I'm just learning, and I'm just trying to see what's the best moves that I can make for short and long
Warden
term.
Run the channel late, boy. 12:08. Oh, that man running it, baby.
Hey, I mean, you got some good conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I really just see Aaron as like kind of the bridge between two worlds, because I mean, obviously towards the top of the panel you have the more NFT heavily favored people, and then on the bottom of the panel you just kind of have the big heavy people into those microcap coins and all the coins and all that movement. So just kind of a bridge between both of those.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because there's so many layers of this market that we're in as far as crypto goes, and how this is going to evolve over the next few years. We're just tapping into what NFTs are really going to be able to do. And as these different blockchains kind of come online, decentralized applications come online, DeFi comes on, there's going to be so many new plays and new things that happen, but we're taking advantage of the information we have now and using it to profit further in what we do. And there's a way to do that. And I think, like I said, that's the whole point, is exposing that to people to show them that, hey, yeah, even though the market is tough right now, there's still ways to be able to make money in there. It's just a little bit maybe unorthodox from what we're used to.
I got a question before we wind out. Tommy, you think you'd want to flip your NFTs into real estate?
The problem I have right now is cashing out any of my crypto for actual fiat right now, only for the fact that I know I'm taking a loss and a respect that, yes, I can. I basically I don't know. I look at it like, yes, I to have 10,000 ADA right now, but I'm potentially throwing away, 10,000, 20,000 bucks for what really the realized value is going to be here in the next year, 2 years, whatever it is. So what does that opportunity cost to buy real estate with the money that I can cash out right now outweigh me holding on to it for 2 years? So in my mind, if I had made an insane, if I need the money to do it, for sure, I will cash some stuff out, and I've done it in the past. Right now, as far as real estate goes, I'm waiting until this bottom really hits. We're talking about buying a house right now. We've been toying around with the idea for a while, but I'm waiting until the markets kind of shake themselves out before I actually get back in there. Interest rates, I'll be able to refinance. Seron, so they're going to raise up the price. It's going to happen.
Do not buy a house right now.
Don't do it.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I'm waiting. Probably it'll be sometime maybe next year if we end up going.
I have a couple of friends who originate the loans. And this is not Kyle. This is actually Lynn. We were talking to her, and the house loan right now, they just signed off on one that was 7.5%. 500,000 at 7.5%. And that means last year was 2019 was 3.5. Your mortgage would have been $2,100. At 7.5, that mortgage is $2,900. Same house, 3% extra, $900 more dollars.
Dude, that's crazy. We were just looking at a house, $400K up here up in Orlando, $3,100 a month as far as mortgage payment goes. I'm renting for $1,000 cheaper than that right now. It's just it's insane.
Getting into a house is the most complicated thing. You're going to get into that house, right? That first year, you're not even going to get the real taxes on the house. So then the next year, you're going to end up in a shortage. So you thought your mortgage was $3,100, but actually that following year, it's actually going to be $3,600. And then it's crazy. If you want to talk about buying a house, I promise I can sit you down. I got legit a playbook. And then you can go bounce that off of everyone else. Any hidden fee that you want to know it exists, I got it written down in the back of my freaking brain.
Jeez. All right. Well, Warden, wind us out here, man.
All right, gentlemen. I mean, once again, it's been another great CNFT Tuesday. Big ups to the chat. I mean, you guys have been popping off all night long. I mean, I'm super excited to continue to see this grow every single week. I mean, we love having the boys on every single week, and we love being able to just sit down for a little over an hour and just talk about stuff that we love talking about every single day and every single week. So thank you guys for joining. Super excited because once again, you can join us next week for another CNFT Tuesday. Big ups to the boys. I mean, check out Tommy and the Freedom 35 podcast every Mondays and Fridays. You got the Cowboy leader himself, Cowboy Aaron. Check him out on the YouTube, Cowboys at Crypto, his Twitter as well. And then you got Seron, the Crypto Bandit. Thank you for joining, brother. I mean, you got his Twitter and YouTube as well. So thank you guys for joining another beautiful CNFT Tuesday and
hosting, baby.
Can't wait to see you guys next week. Yeah,
for sure.
All right, guys.
Awesome job.
Play the song. Oh, he don't got no song.
Hey, yeah. Aaron got the song though. Aaron got the song.
We'll play you out. Good job hosting, guys. Thanks for the chat. We'll see you guys later.